I'm privileged that she accepted to get married to me. Incidentally, our wedding was right here. Our wedding was in this garden here, and there were lots of talks. I remember that my fellow H.E were saying, why has Mao not gotten married to a lady from here? And as usual, people talk. It's their right. Everybody has a mouth and an opinion. But now, seeing what she has done, this farm has changed a lot in the last 3 years, let me say. And she used to drive here during the COVID lockdown, quietly working. For me, I know what she has done, and that's all that matters. I know what she means to me. I know what she means to my family. I know what she means to the H.E people, and that's all that matters. The other people's opinion, they can go to hell. This is a daughter of a very prominent citizen. Her father owns the biggest Ugandan insurance company, statewide insurance. She grew up in the city. So anybody who says that obviously is extremely ignorant and doesn't know who she is. She has added a lot of value to my life. She has come with a lot of resources, personal resources, but even more importantly, resourcefulness. I'm generally not a businessman. She has great skills in business. She's from an established family by any standard, and the family is what you call old money. This is not the new money of 1986. This is old money. These people were found when they had already known the route to Europe and North America and so on. In a modern family, it's important to allow every member of the family to reach their full potential. So we are able to deal with this. We have discussed these matters as a family. There are ups and downs, but we think the ups can deal with the downs. Dear viewers, I'm Norbert Mao, commonly known as Chairman Mao, the Oracle of Gulu. Now, the question is Northern Uganda moving forward or is Northern Uganda moving backward? Start from Gulu. Unlike Kampala, Kampala has no real visible qualitative change in terms of planning and so on. But everybody who comes to Gulu appreciates the efforts we have put in. I was the chairman here, and we were able to get, again with the help of Watoto Church, city planners from Australia. They helped us to plan some of the suburbs. We took a decision to condemn the buildings that were about to collapse. Under my leadership, we condemned 105 buildings. And then we made sure we have roads that respect pedestrians. That's why we have walkways, we have bicycle lanes, and then lastly, the motorized parts where cars can move. So cars are actually at the bottom of our priority. On top of our priority are those pedestrians who walk, followed by the people who ride bicycles and motorcycles. Now, coming back here, there are many efforts scattered all over, but there is need to continuously do some mind shift. We need to change the mindset of the people and restore this sense of dignity among the people. You are dealing with people who used to receive humanitarian relief. World Food Program would deliver trucks of maize and beans. And you find heads of households who used to feed their large families by the work of their hands. Now they are collecting maize and beans from the ground, maize and beans that have fallen from the trucks. There is no indignity greater than a man feeling that he has no ability to take care of his family. Nothing destroys a man's dignity more than that. So we must work from the inside out to show what is possible. I hope you will visit the Agribusiness Institute of the Watoto Church. It is about 400 acres, and it will blow your mind away, the efforts they are doing there. Because that is actually a bigger learning center than even this one. Of course, it is a big investment that is internationally supported. But it is the kind of story that makes this one here also to be relevant. Let us not give up on our people. Let us continue to encourage our people. Let us tell them they can do it. And the president has done well to become the biggest cheerleader of rural transformation. He goes to cheer someone with 2 goats. I hear people making fun. How does a whole president go to these small projects? But you must start by cheering the kindergarten athletes, because those are the ones who will go to the Olympics in future. You must start cheering them when they are in kindergarten. So the people of 2 goats, when a president says, go, 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 you can do it, then later they come to a bigger level, and in future their dreams will become bigger. Let's not give up on northern Uganda. Let us invest more money in northern Uganda, but let the leadership be from here, because this is our home and we know it better than anyone. General Saleh is a big dreamer, and I think he started these initiatives by building what you call a castle in the air. What he has been doing over the last 2 decades is now to put some foundation under the castle. In what way? By ensuring that the masses take control of the means of production, ensuring that they have land, that they have quality seeds, that they have machinery to take care of their land so that they can scale up production. That has been General Saleh's initiative. But you cannot understand General Saleh without connecting it to the big vision of the president of Uganda. So the president is talking about a complete value chain. Produce efficiently. Make sure that you add value to what you have produced. And then thirdly, organize yourself and then go to the market. And the market will reward you. And that's how you become wealthy. So General Saleh, more than anyone else, has plugged into that socket of knowledge that the president has been giving. What the president has been doing is like, speaking to the wind. A few people have picked it, and I've met some people. I met Nyakana in Fort Portal. I met Kalera. Kalera is in Gomba. So in many ways, the president has been like a prophet with very few disciples. So his message is floating in the wind. A few people pick it up, it enters their ears, and then they are able to change their lives, change the lives of their families, and even change their communities. It is what the president is doing is like, rescuing valuables from a burning house. He just throws everything out in the hope that some will survive, others may break. But it is still a rescue effort. and it is the right thing that a head of state should do. And General Saleh is an amplifier of that message. And we are happy that he has camped here in Gulu. That means resources also. Even those who have been avoiding coming to Gulu now have to come to Gulu whether they like it or not, because General Saleh is here. There are some people who thought Gulu was not worth visiting. So I believe that northern Uganda, and particularly Gulu, which is the capital of northern Uganda, can actually become the Dubai. We have an airport. We have got fertile land surrounding us. Gulu city has 6 exits, unlike any other city. You have this exit going to Sudan. You have the exit that passes northwards and goes to Palabek side. You have the exit going to Kitgum. You have the exit that goes to Moroto and on to Kidepo National Park, where there will be an international airport to promote tourism. There's the exit heading to Kampala, and then there's the exit that goes to Mason Falls National Park, Pakwach, and Arua, and onwards to Congo. Which other city is blessed like that? The guns are silent. That's what matters. And there is no fear anymore. Now, peace is not just about silencing guns. Peace is when you are able to feed your family. Peace is when you are able to take your kids to school. Peace is when you are able to compete with the rest of Ugandans. We are still disadvantaged as northern Uganda. But we are committed to rising from the ashes. And Tegot Farmstead is here to make a statement that, somebody who has lived in England for virtually all her life can come and do it. She's a wife of a minister. She doesn't have all the resources. We are always struggling here. She should be an inspiration. And that you can also have a rural community changing slowly by slowly. Since we came here, and particularly since B came here, many people are buying land in our neighborhood. So don't be surprised when you end up with a Mao city here. We have to close the technology gap. First, we have to close the technology gap between the South and the North, namely the third world countries and the so-called developed countries. In China, they can now manufacture rain. They shoot missiles into clouds and it causes crystallization, and then rain falls within 30 minutes. Now that's a big technological gap. Here you have witch doctors claiming that they can make it rain and no rain comes. So that technology gap has got to be stopped. In China, they can blast through rocks. Here, even crushing rocks, we are using little hammers. So we must close that technology gap. Now we must close the technology gap between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots. We and people like me are able to get bulldozers and fuel them and build roads around the farm. That means if there is a product, a lorry can come and take it easily. But the ordinary peasants have no access roads. So OWC needs to help to close that technology gap by ensuring that people have access to tractors. We can host government tractors on our farm. They will still remain government tractors, and everybody who wants a tractor knows where to go. Tractors were given to every district in Acholi. In fact, every district in northern Uganda. But if you ask me where the tractor of Gulu district is, I, a government minister, I don't know. And the public does not know. A working tractor was given to every sub-county. But if you ask me where the working tractor for Unyama sub-county is, I don't know. Now, that means public goods are being privatized. Probably the tractor is now working for somebody alone. But if somebody said, if you want to queue up for the tractor, call this number, and then you'll be told exactly when the tractor will come to your farm. And you are given conditions: uproot the trees, your garden should be inspected by an extension worker. So Operation Wealth Creation needs to be orderly. So far, their most effective contribution has been in distributing seeds. That one they have done well. But they now need to bring technology to our villages. And my proposal is that they should start by grading the land. By grading, I propose that they create blocks of a square kilometer in the rural areas. And a square kilometer is 250 acres. All they need to do is to come and build roads. If, let's say, a clan has 5,000 acres, they should come and create the land blocks. Now, those land blocks are ready. They can be leased, they can be used profitably, and it doesn't mean ownership. I know Ugandans are sensitive when roads are being built in their villages, but those roads can be used to take them to hospital in ambulances when they fall sick. So that is one thing. The other thing is equipment for bush clearing. They need bulldozers to uproot the trees. Tegot Farmstead looks good because we had the heavy equipment to uproot the trees. Of course, we preserved the shea butter. The shea butter trees are intact. There are about 64 trees in this land. We have preserved a 21-acre natural forest so that we continue studying our indigenous trees, some of which are medicinal, and also to attract birds for tourist purposes in the future. So OWC was created to turn this World Bank obsession with poverty alleviation upside down. They were talking about poverty alleviation, and OWC comes and says, we want wealth creation. And wealth creation means, how do you get a bucket of groundnuts out of a handful of groundnut seeds? It's about multiplication, multiplying wealth. And multiplying wealth also by turning the groundnuts into paste, by packing it and taking it to the supermarket. It doesn't need a PhD to understand it. And these are the things that General Saleh is always articulating, because it resonates with the villagers. In a modern family, it's important to allow every member of the family to reach their full potential. So we are able to deal with this. We have discussed these matters as a family. There are ups and downs, but we think the ups can deal with the downs. The good thing is that I'm not the only one, I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. You know the examples in Uganda and elsewhere. But when you do farming as a business, as indeed is our intention, we have a farm manager who has qualifications in agriculture. That has reduced the strain on bee. I'm privileged that she accepted to get married to me. Incidentally, our wedding was right here. Our wedding was in this garden here, and there were lots of talks. I remember that my fellow H.E were saying, why has Mao not gotten married to a lady from here? And as usual, people talk. It's their right. Everybody has a mouth and an opinion. But now, seeing what she has done, this farm has changed a lot in the last 3 years, let me say. And she used to drive here during the COVID lockdown, quietly working. For me, I know what she has done, and that's all that matters. I know what she means to me. I know what she means to my family. I know what she means to the H.E people, and that's all that matters. The other people's opinion, they can go to hell. This is a daughter of a very prominent citizen. Her father owns the biggest Ugandan insurance company, statewide insurance. She grew up in the city. So anybody who says that obviously is extremely ignorant and doesn't know who she is. She has added a lot of value to my life. She has come with a lot of resources, personal resources, but even more importantly, resourcefulness. I'm generally not a businessman. She has great skills in business. She's from an established family by any standard, and the family is what you call old money. This is not the new money of 1986. This is old money. These people were found when they had already known the route to Europe and North America and so on. Any country needs hope. As a young member of parliament, I told the people of northern Uganda that one day the guns will be silent. One day the war will end. And so we must look forward to that day. I told them we must prepare for peace. Now we have to prepare for wealth. Wealth can actually lead to your collapse, because wealth opens very many doors. Wealth is like a key, a master key to many things. So as northern Uganda experiences a revival and the epicenter is Gulu, we must celebrate the opportunities that peace brings. The African Cup of Nations will be hosted partly here. The big teams from Africa will be training in Gulu University and Peche Stadium. Our airport is going to be upgraded. This year we are having the Oktoberfest. Hundreds of families are coming from Europe for what is going to be the biggest beer drinking festival in the world. It will be in Gulu. We will be hosting a national conference, probably soon, in a couple of years, of Rotary International, the district conference, which brings together the entire Rotary family. Thousands of people will be here. All these are opportunities that we should celebrate, and we would not have them if our army was busy chasing the rebels all over these places. This was a battleground. Now it is completely green and productive. So, my fellow Ugandans, keep hope alive. Don't let anything make you lose hope, because without hope, you are just a walking corpse. Thank you very much.